Afternoon, everyone. So welcome back. So the figure you see in front of you is Figma Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid 2: The Sons of Liberty video game. This guy just came in the mail today, and instead of me opening it up, getting a feel for it, I figured I'd do it in front of you guys. You know, really raw review here. So I know nothing of this figure. The package is still opened. You can see the tape here and right there. So we'll just first we'll get a good look at the packaging itself. There's the figure in the window right there. Got a picture of him on the side right there. And you got some nice poses here. And yeah, that's about it. And there's his smoking a stogie, or a cigarette, but we all know Solid Snake likes cigars. Alright guys, so I'm going to quickly pause the video. I'm going to get him out of his plastic and cardboard prison. Alright, BRB. Alright guys, here's the figure out of his package. And he's actually a fairly cool figure. One thing I noticed right off the bat is that he's one of the more larger size Figma figures. He's possibly just under Figma Zamus, his height. Unfortunately, I don't have her with me right now, so I can't do a really size comparison. But I do have two figures on the side that I will compare in a minute. So let's get right down to the accessories, since as you can see, I have them laid out in front of us. He comes with quite a bit. We'll go over the standard stuff. You can see right here, he comes with a bag, which I'll store everything in there. Those out of the way. There's a stand right there. Pieces. Comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Comes with actually quite a few hands. Comes with 11 hands, and 2 of which are used for a really neat gimmick that this figure comes with, and I'll show that off a little later when I get everything opened up. Comes with this thing here, which actually I have no idea what it's for. Now, I did read somewhere that this figure, his eyes do move. So that's probably what this is for, is to move the eyes and put them into different positions. Possibly. You know what, let's construct. Oh yeah, right there. You can see. Right there, guys, yep. So he does have movable eyes, which is actually a very nice feature. I believe it is only the current face he has on right now, because this face right here, so we can get the focus. Nope, it's an angry face. God, no. Focus. Oh, I just had it. There we go. Nope. Alright, it's not going to focus on me, but this particular face does not have the eyes that move. So this is a static face right here. And we'll set that off. So, and also in the bag, I forgot to mention, you see right here, it's very hard to make out. If I have something darker. I got nothing dark around me, except for the box itself, but there you go. These are his cigarettes. He comes with 4. That's it's pretty neat. I don't think I'll ever pose him with it though, because I'm not a smoker. I'm actually very much against it. But anyway, that's my opinion of it. He comes with an extra joint in case you break his wrist joint, as well as that little piece that pegs into the Figma stand to give it a bit more angled movement to it. So I won't open this just yet. Let's go over some more stuff. Comes with this little plastic clear piece. Now what this is used for, and I'll show that later on, is he comes with a set of hands that are meant for gripping the edge of it, like so. So if you remember in the game, if you went over a ledge and Snake would be hanging there, this is what's used to recreate that. And I think this is really cool. I will be demonstrating it in a couple minutes. let's continue on. And he comes with a pair of semi-open, I guess laxed, laxed is my short form for relaxed hands. So just want to display them as, actually, hang on. Oh no, these are the finger, no, this is the hand, okay. So, see if I can show you that. There's a little, between the two fingers, between his forefinger and his middle finger, you can see there's a little circle indent right there. I'm not sure if that's coming up at all on the camera. Probably not. Bad hope. Nope. Alright. But there's a little circle indent, and that's actually for the cigarettes. You just slide that in there. You know, I might demonstrate just that itself, but I'm not going to put it on the figure itself. It comes with a part effect that's for his C8 here, or sorry, C8 is a Canadian designation. This is the M4, I believe it's called, in the American Army. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so this just slides like so. As well as he comes with his tranquilizer pistol. Blah. Sorry guys, can't English today. I've been having issues in the last couple days trying to get out proper words. But nevertheless, move forward. So yeah, it comes with the pistol. Unfortunately, I don't think there is a holster for it on the figure. I mean, this is it. This would be it right here, but it's solid. There's no. It's not hollow. You can't put it in there, which actually isn't too great. I would have hoped for there to have been a holster there. So, and he has one thing I will mention about the figure itself. It's kind of floppy, but he's got nice detail on him. And as you can see that if I do that, you see. I don't know. That's probably just mine. It's most likely not color control. I probably just got one with a loose joint and such. But one thing I did notice as well is, like the SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Z figures, his chest extends. If that made out. So right now he's at his full extension, and then you can press him. I have no idea what that's for. That could be to get him in like couple prone positions. But it's a nice added feature. It does serve a purpose. I just haven't figured it out yet, but I will. But yeah, the colors on him, the gray bluish to his sneaking suit from the second game. It's very nice. You can see the darker tones right here. Black throughout where all his gear is, and the harness right here. And the back. Yeah. He's even got molded elbow pads right here, which is very nice. The boots. And one thing I've never mentioned before, but it's something that Figma is notorious for, is their knee placement. So here's the knee right here, but his knee cap is molded right here. I don't know why they do that. I've actually never noticed it until one of my recent figures, and I can't remember which one it was. But once I noticed it, I realized it was not eye-appealing at all, actually. It's not the greatest. I wish I knew why they did that. Standing in a standing position is fine, but the moment you want to put them in like some sort of kneeling position, you're going to kind of notice it. See the kneecaps up here where it should be right here. But anyway, moving on. You're going to see a lot of cuts because I'm going to pause it to do a lot of the hand changes because I don't want to keep this video too long. So first and foremost, I'm actually going to show off him hanging, and we're going to hang from his box. And just give me a minute to do that. Alright guys, see right now we have him hanging from the that little plate I showed you. I'm just holding the plate, I'm not holding the figure itself. He's dangling there on his own weight. It took me actually quite some time. His his right wrist is actually a bit more loose than I would like it. But for the most part, he holds it very, very well. So, That's actually a neat little feature. It doesn't work well on the box, however, but I'm sure on other surfaces, like if you have like a hard wooden table or such that effect, it'll hold perfectly. So now I'm going to bring one of his guns in. Yeah. Alright. Again, give me one more minute. BRB. Alright, now we have him holding his rifle. The M4, I'm pretty sure it is. But for now, I might just call it the C8, which is the Canadian designation for it. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Again, I think his wrist joint in his right hand is actually not the greatest. I had trouble putting that hand on as well. So chances are I'm gonna have to swap it out for the new hand I got. I'm sorry, not new hand, the other joint that came with the figure itself. But yeah, that's it. And so we're gonna put him in an angry fit or actual fighting pose. I'm not gonna pause the camera for this. So, and while doing that, I'm gonna demonstrate the eye movements. So let me just construct the. See, I've been messing my words up all day, guys. I'm just consulting the instructions. Okay, so let's see if his head wants to come off for me. Come on, Snake. No way. You're not going to be nice to me? Well, that's neat. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's cool. His bandana is on a ball joint in the back of the head. Come on. There we go. Oh no. He's bald and missing half his head. Alright, here we go. So, let me grab this tool out of the package. Alright, so here we have the eyes, or the head, sorry. I'm gonna move everything out of the way, see if I can get this thing to focus this time. Bring this in. I guess it's not gonna focus for me. Alright, that's probably the best I'm gonna get it. So, if it has his eyes, you turn around, you can see the individual eyes right there. And they are movable. You can move them. I'm not sure how well this is going to come up on camera, but let's try moving one right now. If I can find there. Plug it into the hole. Alright, so moving? Oh, it's moving slightly. I don't know if that's coming up on camera at all. Nah, it's not going to work. Sorry, guys. But his eyes do move, which is a really neat feature. Another figure that I have that does that is the Reveltech Raiden figure from his Revengeance game. Revengeance, or... yeah, I think it was Revengeance. It's when he goes back as the android. But his eyes move too. Anyway, so... oh, stay on there. Again, I apologize for that. I don't know if that's an issue with the figure in general, or if it's just mine. But it's a nuisance, and I'm not too thrilled about it, so... alright, this is the best I'm going to get it for now. Concentrating, I can probably get it... you know what? Hey, 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Didn't even realize the zoom was still in. But anyways, I fiddled around with it, and I managed to get the into a somewhat decent pose. It's not the greatest. You would not hold a weapon like this at all. But, I mean, it's stable. It's holding it really well. Again... that wrist is really bugging me. I don't know how to even fix it without having to return the figure, which I'm not going to do, because the figure, that's just a little minor nitpick. You know, once I get it in a pose, it's fine. So this is pretty good. So I'm going to pause it one more time. I'm going to switch to his pistol, and then we'll be wrapping up. Alright, there we have him in the pit with his pistol. Much easier time doing this one than it was with the rifle. So that's almost it. I just got a couple more things to speak about. One thing I'll show off right now is the fact I put one of the cigarettes in his hand. That's basically how it looks. The hole is just right here, if you can see that. How I'm pushing it through. That's basically all you have to do for that. So, I'm going to talk about the rest of the hands, which I actually didn't mention earlier. Whoops, I'm starting to throw stuff around. Alright. Alright, here he comes with open hands. I believe these might be for some of his CQC. His CQC poses, if you wish to do so. Comes with a pair of, comes with one extra hand for the gun. It was with his finger extended, so his finger's not on the trigger. Comes with two hands. Two hands to hold stuff with, which he doesn't come with anything, so this is probably just for generic weapons you get with other Figma figures. Alright, posability. His posability is as you'd expect from pretty much every Figma if you get. And there goes his hand again. Stay in there. So from top to bottom, so his head. Head's on a ball and peg joint, so it's got the swivel and it's got the up and down movement, as well as the neck. You can see the cutout right here. That also bends. It's got the shoulders, double jointed shoulders. He's got elbows, the wrists. He's got the torso as well as the waist. So he's got the torso hinge up here and the waist hinge up here. It might be actually a ball joint, or I can just find out. Yep, there it is. It's a ball joint system. That's all it is. And let me put Snake back together. Or not. BRB. Alright, that took a lot longer than I thought it did. So now I know how the torso works. It's actually a double ball jointed system. There's a ball joint cavity up here, and there's a ball socket up here in his chest, and a ball socket in his abdomen, and it's a double socket. It's a double ball joint itself. And that's how he gets the extension for the up and down movement, as you can see. So I found that was a little neat, but it was also a pain in the butt to try and get it back on. I had to wiggle it around, and there was at one point where I was afraid I was going to break it, which would have sucked. Anyway, so back to posability. So he's got tons of posability, as I mentioned before. He's got up here in the thighs, knees, ankles, as well as the boot for the toe right there, which a lot of Figmas are starting to do now, or maybe they've always done it and or it could be dependent on the figure. My last few, they all have the joint, so I don't know how they're doing that. But all right, let's stand him up. Right here, I took the Figma stand off because trying to fix that was a pain in the butt when his chest came off. Alright, so I'm going to do a quick size comparison with two of the Figmas I have with me. One is, again, Sniper Lady from Sword Art Online, which her review will be coming up. Her review is already up. Actually, it's the one before this one. I forgot my own schedule. Again, you can see how tall Snake is to her. Move her aside. And as well as the figure, or the character from Ghost in a Shell. I know her name, I just don't know how to pronounce it, and I'll be doing a review on her later. But, yeah. And the reason why I brought her is because her style of anime kind of reminds me a lot of Metal Gear Solid. So, alright, that's pretty much it. And I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will talk to you later. I'll be back. Hey guys, sorry, I forgot to show off one last accessory. And that accessory is something that is pretty much found in every single Metal Gear Solid game. It's how Snake gets around. You know, he can't really do it all on his own. So he relies on his trusty, his best weapon in his arsenal, the handy dandy cardboard box right here. I set it off to the side. I just completely forgot to show it off, and then when I was closing the video down, I saw it again. That's it. It's not together. Unfortunately, I don't have glue, so I can't really demonstrate it right now. I'll do the best I can with just holding the figure, and holding the box. And I'll put Snake in a kneeling pose. But that's pretty much what it's going to look like when it's done. You know, you put Snake right up inside. So let's do that quickly. This is a longer video than I thought. Let's see if this works. I'm probably going to have to glue it in order to get the full effect, but there we go. There we go. So not too shabby, actually. Aside from the fact that I'm holding it and, it's not glued together. But, yeah, that's what that'll look like. That's what it will look like when it's done. Such. That's a neat little gimmick, and that's something that's iconic in the Metal Gear Solid series. Is the cardboard box. You see it in all 4 games. I think you can see it in the 2 Metal Gear games from the Super Nintendo days, I believe, and such. There's got the orange and gourmet quality organic. Just a generic box. Too bad there's no oranges inside though. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Sorry, this is a long one. I'm tacking this little update on the end of the full review. That way it's just all in one, as opposed to a separate update video. But again, sorry if this seemed a little bit wonky. As I said from the beginning of the video, got this figure today, reviewed it today, opened it up today in front of you, in front of you guys. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later. I'll be back.